been a long time coming. They ain't come for my clock, they tugging it. Putting up numbers, 99 problems, and I still kept it 100. Yeah, it's been a long time coming. They ain't come for my clock, they tugging it. Putting up numbers, 99 problems, and I still kept it 100. Yeah, who don't play, 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 play. 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 Who don't
continue to take pride and learn from Asa Mahan's leadership today. Years of commitment to harnessing the power of creativity, ingenuity, community, and academic excellence.
I believe that if you get your degree here, the world is going to feel like it's shrinking.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Adrian College TV. My name is Sean Whitmer, and in the booth with me today is Michael Hale. Today we have a rugby match between the 5-2 OSU rugby squad going up against your 2-0-1 AC men's rugby team, coming off a tie last week in the final seconds against Arkansas State. Michael, how are you feeling today?
I'm thinking pretty good. Adrian's coming off a tie against a very good Arkansas State team. So let's hope they can use that momentum to propel themselves to a win today.
Yes, it was a very good game last week, coming back from down 2 scores to tie the game. This week, looks like OSU is going to be kicking it away to Adrian College to start this game. If OSU can gain possession off this kick, they will, of course, have great positioning to score the first try of the game.
Absolutely. We're underway.
Adrian's going to start with possession. Fighting forward, going right into a maul. Now falling down into a ruck. Adrian trying to pitch the ball around. They're going to go ruck to maul. Right back into a ruck. OSU fighting for possession at the bottom of the ruck. But Adrian will keep possession. It's going to be Quinn Murray with a kick. Trying to gain territory. It will stay in the field of play, and it looks like we may have an offside call. And a potential early scrum here. No, it looks like we will have a penalty kick. See which squad gets possession here. It will be Ohio State with possession, kicking this one for territory. And they will kick it out of play. Nope, it'll stay in play here. It's a good job on the far side of the field to retain possession for Adrian, going into a ruck near their own try line. Sorrentino trying to fight his way out, as the OSU fans have traveled well today. And Ohio State with the first try of the game on the far end of the field. Michael, what have you seen so far in this game?
It looks like Ohio State's coming out very aggressive, and Adrian just needs to pick it up a little bit if they want to compete against this very talented Ohio State squad.
Yeah, last time these two teams met was in 2022, where Ohio State won 21-10. Adrian looking to win the first of the doubleheader and hopefully go 2-0 today in doubleheader rugby. Now, after a successful try, the team winning the try gets a chance to also receive the kick. So Adrian will have to kick this ball away after the conversion attempt. As OSU lining up the kick. This conversion try is no good for OSU, so they will only score 5 on that first try there. Adrian College has to be happy to only give up 5 points on that first conversion of the game. As Quinn Murray, of course, the main kicker here for the Bulldogs, will boot this one away. Back for the OSU squad, who's going to catch it and immediately kick for territory as that ball will go out of the field of play. Michael, some early scoring here on a Bulldog team that last week played well late, hoping to carry that over. How do you think they're going to do getting back into this game with the first line out of the evening?
Well, I think they'll hope to use the momentum of the missed kick to get their first score of the game.
As we get the first line out, and Adrian will retain possession, now trying to get to that far side of the field. And it's a fake pass, and here he goes, running all the way down the side. Great run there by the Bulldogs, rolling through contact and keeps fighting forward, now into a maul. Now pitching it around the outside. Over to number 2 for the Bulldogs. It's Marlon Guerrero fighting forward. And that is a successful try for the Bulldogs. Marlon Guerrero. Good job tying this game up now with a chance at the try, or the conversion, as we watch the... Bulldogs setting up for the kick. It's going to be Quinn Murray. This is a hard conversion attempt here from the near side of the field, but as near to the side as you can get almost.
Let's see if wind has a factor in this ball.
Yes, wind is coming right at his face here as we watch the flags, and the kick is up. And the conversion will be no good off the corner of the post there. Of course, it is pink out here, so you'll see some of the Adrian College players repping the pink. Marlon Guerrero, the player who just scored, of course, wearing a pink headband today. Adrian now with a chance to return this kick. Fields it cleanly. And fighting forward is the Bulldogs. That's number 8, Junior Salo.
Well, that was a great job by him fighting through all that contact.
As they're going to go ruck after ruck to maul right into another ruck. Seems to be their strategy today. And another pass. It looked like they wanted to get a maul going but couldn't get it. Now they're going to go back into the rucks. And it's a wild pass. Bulldogs will retain possession. Now fighting to see which team's going to get the ruck. And it looks like it's going to be stopped there. Ref is going to give possession to Ohio State. And it's going to be a kick here. Looks like they're going to kick for points, actually, instead of kicking for territory. What have you seen so far in this game? 7 minutes in, we're already tied at 5-5.
It looks like there's some aggression starting to build between both of these teams, but I think it's going to be good going forward as both of these squads are very intimate and want to work well for their team.
This kick attempt by number 10 for OSU. That will be Aiden Pixton. This, of course, for 3 points, potentially. Lining it up. And it's a kick away. And that will be good. As the stands seem to have quite a few Ohio State fans cheering for their team. Now, of course, up 8-5 is Ohio State, as Adrian will have to kick this ball back to them. Adrian has to hope that Quinn can put this ball in a spot where they can gain territory and get it back. And this kick is away. High kick. And the Bulldogs are there almost instantly as he gains the ball. Ohio State going to go right into a ruck here. Now into a maul, fighting forward. Nothing there, though. Bulldogs playing great defense. As that one's going to get passed back right into a kick. And Bulldogs are going to take it. That's Benjamin Spate trying to make a move and go forward. Bulldogs are going to go into a ruck here. Now passing the ball to Silo. Salo over to a teammate who loses the ball, and Ohio State will pick it up. Ohio State going to have to instantly go into a ruck here. There's not a lot to work with. As now OSU running, that's number 13, Chris Mason, trying to gain some territory, and he will. Now going into another ruck. And a kick blocked by the Bulldogs. Ohio State's going to lose almost all of their territory, so they will just kick this ball out of play for another line out. These last couple possessions, we're starting to see a little bit more of what the Bulldogs have done successfully this year. Getting turnovers, trying to go quick after turnovers, and playing those passing lanes well. What have you seen so far in this game that makes you think the Bulldogs are doing what they want?
Well, they're just being aggressive. They want now that they're losing, it seems that they want to regain the lead and not give it back up.
Of course, Bulldogs only tied for about a minute and a half or so before the penalty kick. They were losing prior to that as Ohio State struck first. It's been a back and forth to start, only 10 minutes into this game. Now we're going to have our first scrum of the evening as Jack Stevens will roll the ball in for the Bulldogs. Of course, on a scrum, team that rolls it in gets a big advantage. Both teams fighting. And the Bulldogs will have possession, getting it over to Stevens, who's going to pitch it back to Murray. Murray over to Michael Andrews, who's going to fight forward. Michael Andrews gaining a lot of territory there with Ohio State defenders on him. They're going to go into a ruck, and they're going to keep fighting. A late pitch there, and Ohio State will take possession now, going the other way with a counterattack before getting brought down, having to go into a ruck.
That was a very untimely turnover there by the Bulldogs as they aimed to get another try.
Yeah, the Bulldogs going to lose possession there. It looks like we're going to have our second scrum of the evening, this one awarded to Ohio State. Adrian College looking to get back into the win column this week. Scrum has begun. Ball rolled in. And Ohio State will retain possession. Now getting to the outside. And a big hit there. That was number 13 for the Bulldogs with the big hit. As both teams now, with a little bit of niceties, getting in each other's faces. That was Patelo Vatuvai on the big hit. Leading to some niceties between both squads now. Keep in mind, both teams not that far apart, as Ohio State's only maybe hour, 2 hour drive from here. So a little bit of chattering going on between both teams. Got to see if that'll fire one of these teams up, as Adrian seems to be fired up right now. Ref going to talk to both team captains, letting them know what he sees and try to adjust on some stuff. Ref trying to keep control on this game. Looks like he won't give a flag for that. And we are going to have Ohio State ball with a penalty kick. A little bit too far for them to try to kick this one for a penalty. They're going to probably just go for territory here, and that's exactly what they will do, getting a line out awarded on the far side of the field by about the 35-yard line or so. So what are you seeing here today between these two squads? I mean, a lot of aggression being shown, a lot of play in between the lines being shown as well. Not very many lineouts or scrums today in comparison to past games for the Bulldogs. What are you seeing as a newer rugby fan?
I'm seeing that some very good aggression shown by both teams.
As another big hit by the Bulldogs there after the previous whistle. That was Junior Salo coming up and laying some wood on that hit. Just a big boom, and the Bulldogs are going to get possession. That's a momentum swinger right there, as Murray will kick this ball for territory. Sorry, what were you saying?
It's some very good aggression by both teams here, and the early action here between the teams, jawing back and forth at each other, looks like it's going to make this out to be a really interesting and exciting game.
As the Bulldogs will win possession off the line out. Now they're trying to get this ball to the outside. That's going to be Vatuvai fighting up the middle there, and they're going to go into a ruck. Murray now with a little bit of a wild pass, and Ohio State's going to take possession and fall into the ruck. Bulldogs now fighting to get this ball back. A lot of physical play here for both squads. As another big hit, this time by two Bulldog players. That was Junior Salo, and I believe Robin Campbell in on that hit. Both players now fighting for positioning. My apologies, that was Andres Drab on the hit with Junior Salo. As Ohio State will kick, but Spate back deep to get this ball for the Bulldogs and able to turn it and go the other way as he's hit down hard by number 13 for the Buckeyes, Chris Mason.
And that was a great job by Mason staying low and keeping his feet moving to not allow any more forward progress.
It's always hard to tackle when there's nothing near you to help, but Mason did a good job there as Murray will kick this ball to the other side of the field. Ohio State fielding it cleanly, trying to gain some territory. And that's stolen away by Wayne Cosper as he's tackled down instantly. Great steal by Cosper. Now going the other way as the Bulldogs fighting forward into a maul almost instantly. Now trying to get a ruck. Ref making sure everyone stays onside during the ruck. As this ball is going to find the outside. That's Guriro, who is struggling to find territory, but he gets it off over to Jared Welt, who spins forward before ending up at the bottom of a ruck. As the Bulldogs going to go ruck after ruck now. Now trying to kick for territory as they will collide in air. It's Wayne Cosper for the Bulldogs. Not sure who collided with him from the Buckeyes, but that ball will go out of play. Looks like the ref's going to award a scrum prior to the ball going out of play, actually. As both teams setting up for the scrum. A lot of action in these first 17 or so minutes. How have you liked it watching this game so far?
Yeah, that was some great enthusiasm and energy from the Adrian offense there, trying to push the ball down the field as they look to gain possession here and score another try.
Of course, Adrian set up here for the scrum. They will be allowed to roll it in. That is Jack Stevens for the Bulldogs. Is the ref, of course, giving the pre-scrum commands and now allowing it to roll in. Bulldogs will get it over to Quinn Murray, who's going to pitch it out. And that ball is going to bounce off Vatuvai and roll forward, and the ref will stop it. Wayne Cosper wanting to pick that ball up and run it in for the Bulldogs. With Wayne Cosper and Michael Andrews both in the game, both players this year that when they get the ball, they're fast at turning it into yards quickly. Because of that, that gives the Bulldogs a little bit of an advantage in this game. But, of course, playing in a doubleheader, how do you think the Bulldogs will manage not having either of their very fast outside players in the game?
I don't know how much of a problem that actually will be, as long as Adrian continues to move the ball around. I think they'll be just fine.
As the scrum has begun, and Ohio State will gain possession. And a nice pitch to the outside, pitching back inside as Ohio State will run down the field. That's number 15, Isaac Ricker, going into a ruck here. Now over to number 5 for the Buckeyes, DeParo, as they're going to keep pitching this ball around, trying to gain some territory. But the Bulldogs doing a good job trying to stop everything they got going. Both teams fighting for positioning. As now losing some territory here, but the Buckeyes are just going to kick it away. And it's going to go out of play here. We will have a line out. What have you seen today in this game that's giving you hope for the Bulldogs here as they're down 3 points?
They're keeping their aggression up. They have all day, and we hope that Adrian can continue to use some of this momentum that they're gaining here to get their next try.
So we're going to have not a line out, we're actually going to have a scrum here between both sides. This one awarded to the Buckeyes. Buckeyes awaiting word. That's Jack Dulich rolling it in. And he gets the ball out quick to his teammate. Good tackle there by the Bulldogs. Setting up for another ruck here by the Buckeyes. Buckeyes going to kick that ball off, and Spate with it. He's going to kick it right back. That's a towering kick. And the Buckeyes can't judge where it's at. Quinn Murray getting down there and getting in off that kick. Big time drag down there by Junior Salo. As both teams fighting for positioning. Looks like ref going to stop play here. Award a kick for the Buckeyes, who are going to have to kick this ball for territory here. They will kick it straight out of play, and looks like they gained maybe 20 yards or so on those territory kick there. Will lead to a line out. And the Buckeyes will retain possession. As that ball is going to be tipped by Wayne Cosper for the Bulldogs. Buckeyes will pick it right back up. There's a great chance there. And a big hit by the Bulldogs, bringing down the Buckeyes right away. Looks like that was Jaden Ramsey on the hit. Bulldogs doing a great job here, trying to stop the play. As that ball is taken out of the ruck and kicked away immediately. And it's grabbed. It's grabbed by the Bulldogs. That's Quinn Murray making a move and getting past the defenders, pitching it back. And the Bulldogs will score. What a play there by the Bulldogs. Looks like that's Jared Welch with the successful try. Great try there by Welt, pass from Murray, setting him up well.
Yeah, that was a great job by Adrian there, moving quickly down the field to get that try. And again, on this kick, we'll see how much the wind affects the ball.
Of course, this is going to be a little bit of an easier kick, almost right down the middle of the field, exactly where you'd want it if you're Quinn here. Very good kick on the first conversion attempt, just a little bit at a bad angle for him.
Yes.
As Quinn lining it up. Setting up to kick. And this conversion attempt is good. We will see the Bulldogs up 12-8 now and getting the ball back. Of course, after successfully scoring points, you always get the ball back in rugby. About 16 and a half minutes to play here in the first half. Ohio State trying to turn some momentum back in their way. Of course, after a little bit of niceties we've seen earlier, Bulldogs have been all over the Buckeyes, playing very aggressive, getting in their face and stealing the ball away as often as possible. As this kick is away, and it will be fielded, I believe, by Salo. Trying to make sure everyone's onside here. And it will be Bulldog ball fighting forward there, going ruck after ruck, but only gaining a couple yards in the process. Not breaking away anything big, as Murray will now kick this ball high and away as Wayne Cosper trying to get down there. He's got the legs for it, but the Buckeyes will steal the ball out of the sky, taking possession, but it will be stopped. Looks like it's going to be Bulldog ball on a kick. A little bit too far to kick for points here. Probably just going to kick it for territory. Right out of play. And they will kick this ball out of play. That's Quinn Murray, of course, on the kick. Gained about 20 yards or so on that kick. So Quinn Murray doing a good job kicking today, missing the one conversion attempt at a tough angle. But other than that, he's kicked the ball really well, kicking it exactly where they need it as they attempt this line out now. Line out straight into a maul and a little bit of a breakaway for Junior Salo over to Guriro, who goes to the bottom of the pile here. Both teams are going to fight for possession. Looks like possession will be awarded to the Bulldogs. Chance here to kick this ball for points. They will ask for the tee. So a chance here to go up by 3 points, making it a 7-point game, meaning Ohio State's down by a successful try and a conversion following. What do you see from the Buckeyes that they're going to have to do in order to get back in this game?
They'll just have to up their aggression a little bit and match the Bulldogs' aggression.
I agree completely here as Quinn Murray is setting up for the kick.
This is almost the same spot as that previous conversion attempt.
But he will miss this one just a little bit wide, it seems. As everyone trying to make sure they have everything under control. Of course, after a missed conversion attempt or penalty kick, the Buckeyes are going to have to kick the ball back to the Bulldogs from the previous spot. So there's no real point in not taking that penalty kick there, as now the Bulldogs are going to have great field position after this Buckeye kick, unless the Buckeyes can steal possession back. This ball will be kicked away, and that's Wayne Cosper stealing it, trying to fight forward. Not much room to work with there, as the Bulldogs will go into rucking, and they're going to get it over to Vatuvai, who's going to fight forward and gain a lot of territory before being brought down. As the Buckeyes will steal the ball away, nothing but green grass in front. As there goes Jaden Garnes fighting forward, And that will be a successful conversion. Looking like he wanted to fight back towards the middle. Of course, wherever you place that ball down, that's where they have to kick from. Unable to fight back towards the middle, so he just set it down where he was. What did you see there on that last play?
Yeah, almost looked like he put the ball down in order to get his kicker a better opportunity at converting the conversion.
Of course, earlier in the play, we seen the same player that was Jaden Garn stealing the ball right out of the air. Perfect timing on that pitch. Made sure he was onside the whole time before taking it, as Aiden Pixton lining up this kick now. And this conversion attempt is good. Ohio State taking the lead, up 15-12. It's crazy how fast momentum can swift. Do you think that's going to be a momentum swinging play there?
Oh yeah, I think it definitely will be a swing for Ohio State. But for Adrian, they just need to play their game, and I think they'll be able to close this gap before halftime.
I think the biggest thing the Bulldogs can do here is play aggressive. That's how they got their momentum swing earlier in the half, and if they can do that again, then they'll be in a great position. As Quinn Murray with the nice kick, Buckeyes will grab possession, and they're going to try to fight forward. That's a great job by the Buckeyes before being brought down into this ruck here. Now pitching the ball, and that's going to be a low line drive kick. Spate will grab it, and Spate's going to go. He's running all the way down, going to get into the Ohio end, as now they're going to pitch it outside. Guriro, who loses the ball, and it's grabbed by the Bulldogs. Looks like we will have a stoppage, though, and a line out saying that he went out of bounds before pitching it back into play. That was, I believe that was Junior Salo running to save that ball unsuccessfully, and it will be a scrum, actually, as they're going to say Salo might have been offside. Or it may have been a forward pass. Ohio State here with a chance to roll in for the scrum. Under 10 minutes to go now. We've played 30 minutes of rugby. Both teams setting everything up here. And that ball is going to be pitched to the outside. Great hit there by the Bulldogs. That was number 12 for the Bulldogs, Luke Cullingworth, coming up and making a great hit. Ohio State will keep possession here. Looks like Junior Salo just trying to get some confirmation on some things. Ohio State going to have to kick this ball here. Likely kicking for territory. As Ohio State just making sure they have everything under control before making this kick. Giving the players a little bit of water. Now setting up for the kick. And the Buckeyes kick it away. And unsurprising for the Bulldogs, they were prepared for that ball to go out of play. Now setting up for the lineout. For the most part, lineouts have been very successful for both teams today. Not really giving possession away. What do you think the Bulldogs have to do here to gain possession?
They just have to go back to being aggressive.
As this ball is going to be kicked, and it's going to go out of play. Almost at the exact same spot as the last kick. But the ref will back them up to about the 30. Bulldogs gaining a lot of territory there for this line out. And they will be allowed to be the team throwing it in, as Guriro setting up to throw this ball in. And the Bulldogs will keep possession going into a maul here. Now into a ruck. And Stevens pitching it outside to Murray. Over to Ramsey, fighting forward, dragging defenders along the way and not wanting to go down. Now going into a ruck as the Bulldogs will keep possession. The ball might have squirted out a little bit too early from that ruck. And I believe the ref is going to give Adrian College the ball back near that ruck for offsides. This is a kick. Looks like Murray's not going to go with the penalty kick in that gray area. He will kick this ball out of play, awarding a line out here.
Line out on the 5, Adrian College ball.
Adrian College with the chance to throw the ball in. Bulldogs down 3 with about 6 minutes to play here in the first half. As this ball is thrown in. And it's off a Bulldog hand, and Ohio State will take possession off the line out. But the ref will call stoppage and award a scrum, I believe, to the Buckeyes. If the Bulldogs can steal this ball away from the Buckeyes here in this scrum, it'll be a great opportunity for them to gain points. As both teams lining up for the scrum. Ball rolled in. Buckeyes will retain possession. Both teams fighting for territory here. It looks like Buckeyes are going to be awarded a chance to kick this ball. As this ball is going to be kicked out of play. It's going to be a line out for Ohio State here. And Ohio State will gain possession now with an instant kick. This ball will stay in play if the Bulldogs can grab it. Murray will grab it, and he will kick it over to the other side of the field. And a big collision in air. Cosper will end up coming down with the ball, but that was Spate in the collision midair. As the Bulldogs will retain possession. Now fighting forward is Ramsey. He's going to go into the bottom of the ruck. Ohio State making sure they stay on side here. Bulldogs now fighting forward. And going into another ruck. Murray with the ball, trying to pitch it to the outside. Michael Andrews picking it up off the ground. Now fighting forward, Michael Andrews will not go down. Eventually does after breaking multiple tackle attempts. As now the Bulldogs are going to keep fighting. Guriro eventually being brought down, going into a ruck. As now they're pitching it to the outside over to Wayne Cosper. And Cosper pitching it back inside there. The Bulldogs are going to go into another ruck here, ruck after ruck. It's been how they've succeeded a lot this year. Just gaining territory, breaking arm tackles, and going right into rucks. As Murray now kicking over. Andrews going to get it, stay in bounds, and now fight forward before being forced out of play. And the Ohio State fans are going crazy as that will be Ohio State ball on this line out. No, it's going to be a scrum Ohio State ball. My apologies, it will be a line out. So Ohio State trying to make sure they get this ball here. They will gain possession. Lining up for another kick attempt. but he will be tackled. If the Bulldogs can gain the ball here, they'll have a chance at a try. The ref will call stoppage for potentially onside there, or offside there. As we will have, looks like another scrum here. Really close to the Bulldogs' try line. Buckeyes are awarded the scrum. About 5 yards out for the Bulldogs. And it's going to be Bulldog ball, actually. This is a great opportunity for them to score with just over a minute and a half to go here in this first half. Now setting up, and it's rolled in. And the Bulldogs will take possession, diving forward for the try. Looks like he was out of play. Looks like that was Junior Salo trying to dive forward for that try attempt. It will be a line out awarded to the Buckeyes. Buckeyes changing some things around here, as now we're going to go to scrum formation now. Still awarded to the Buckeyes.
Scrum down on the 5, Ohio State ball.
This will be a huge momentum shift in this game if Ohio State is able to keep Adrian off the scoreboard here late in this first half.
And the ref will call stoppage on the scrum, not liking what he's seeing. So we will have to redo this scrum here. Ten seconds left in regulation. We'll see how much extra time the ref has on his watch. As that's the end of regulation for the first half, but of course we will have extra time running off the ref's watch. Keep you updated when we go to the half. As here goes the scrum here, and the Buckeyes will gain possession. Almost a bad pass, as the Bulldogs are all flowing to the ball, and they will keep it out of the Bulldogs' try zone. Getting it up. As the Bulldogs will be awarded possession with a kick here. Kicking here from about the 10 or so. Outside the left hash from the 10. They're going to kick it short roller over to Guerrero, fighting forward for the successful try. That is Guerrero on his second try of the game, just powering his way through the defenders there. As we watch this one again, just not being denied right in the middle of the field for Guerrero.
That was a great job by him, just keeping his momentum forward and trying to get Adrian another score before the half.
This, of course, Quinn Murray now setting up for the kick. This one about as middle can get. This for a chance to go up by 4. Murray setting himself up. Taking his time here. And this conversion attempt is good. The Bulldogs will take a 4-point lead here, as we will go to the half. Bulldogs up 19-15. And Before we go to the half, the Adrian College men's rugby team is proud to partner with the Inflammatory Breast Cancer Foundation for our Pink Out event today, honoring all men and women affected by breast cancer. Inflammatory breast cancer is a rare and aggressive form that is often misdiagnosed as an infection, making early awareness and diagnosis crucial. Thank you to the Bulldogs for representing with a pink out today. As we've seen in that first half, the Bulldogs playing very aggressive, some conversating happening between the teams, and quite a bit of scoring as we're sitting at a 19-15 game here. What have you seen in the first half of this game that you're hoping can be continued or changed for the second half?
Well, it looked like the aggression levels were very high on both teams. And towards the end of the half there, Adrian started to gain a lot of momentum. And that we'll see if they can use this momentum that they just got and continue scoring in the second half and extend their lead.
And, of course, momentum, not just a big point of emphasis for this game. Momentum can carry over into the next game as there's only an hour gap between the two in this doubleheader today. Ohio State coming in 5-2, coming off of a 69-21 win against Michigan, and Adrian College coming off a tie, as you said, against a very talented Arkansas State team. Prior to that, they beat McKendree, they beat Trine in pretty dominating fashion. So both teams having some success this year, both teams playing very well. It's just a matter of which team's going to take the final laugh in this game and which team will carry that over to the second game. My name is Sean Whitmer. I'm in the box with Michael Hale for this one. Don't go anywhere. This is ACTV. Don't go anywhere. This is ACTV. We will be back right after this half.
Bulldog fans, connect with Adrian College TV on social media to be updated when we're broadcasting live, to see highlights, plays of the week, and much more. Adrian College Television is on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. ACTV's handle is at Adrian College TV on every form of social media. Thank you for tuning in and subscribing to the home of the Bulldogs, Adrian College TV.
You stand today, students, on the threshold of a magical time in your life. A time of significant growth, introspection, self-awareness, challenge, and opportunity. A time that you will always look back on as special years. Never experienced before you arrived today and never replicated after you graduate.
The Adrian College Media Production House provides opportunities for students to learn and grow live on the airwaves, just like Matt Kibbe.
I've gotten a chance to create a relationship with coaches and teams and learn more from people instead of trying to teach myself something. Got an opportunity to expand my knowledge of sports, hone in on my skills as a broadcaster, learn about equipment in different ways. You get more of a connection with professors as well.
Providing opportunities, growing leadership. The Adrian College Media Production House. Thanks for tuning in.
You have earned the right to be here through endless nights of studying, testing, writing, and dedication to learning. The diploma you will receive symbolizes your efforts and distinguishes you as a highly educated person, learned in the arts and sciences, and prepared for a life of achievement and great accomplishment.
Now, as you face the world outside this academic haven, the concept of courage must not be left behind in your textbooks. It should be as alive in you today as your ambition to change the world for the better.
We were all born to be a Bulldog. Life drew us to this school, these people, and this tiny town. You were meant to be here to make a difference and to grow within yourself for the better. But what does it mean to truly be a Bulldog? Well, to scratch the surface, the students at Adrian College are anything but ordinary. The pride, grit, perseverance, and passion is absolutely unmatched. Good luck and congratulations, class of 2024. And know that today is yet another Bulldog victory.
If there was one word I was going to use to describe the communication arts program at Adrian College, it would be unique. Students find themselves on the radio, in front of and behind the camera, and directing their own programs. Students learn in a personalized environment that sets them up for a world of opportunities. Are you ready for your moment in the limelight? Learn more about the Rush Communications Center and Adrian College's communications program by visiting adrian.edu today. Welcome to Adrian, Michigan. We're located in a proud college town. Adrian College is situated just 45 minutes from Ann Arbor, Detroit, and Toledo. We're very excited to show you just a little bit of what AC has to offer. This is the gateway to our campus. Welcome to the place that we believe will change the rest of your life. AC features one of the most well-rounded educational experiences in the country. We offer over 60 different academic majors and 10 academic institutes, as well as dozens of student organizations. Year after year, we've been ranked as one of the nation's best colleges, including being one of the most innovative institutions in the U.S. for our medical programs. Our campus is simply beautiful. Our student-to-faculty ratio is an incredible 13-to-1. That means more attention for you and a much better overall learning environment. We know how to put together an education that is life-changing, and these are just some of the highlights. From our communication arts program, to our many performing arts, to the home of business on campus, to our sciences and medical studies, we have the spaces where you can grow into the professional that you want.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to ACTV. My name is Sean Whitmer, and I'm in the booth with Michael Hale as we start this second half of rugby. And the first kick is going to be a big one as the Buckeyes will run that one back. That's Ian Fairfield, but it will not matter as we will have a scrum off the first kick. And it will be Bulldog possession. Both teams ready now as this ball is going to be rolled in. It'll be stopped early. Looks like the Bulldogs are going to be awarded a kicking chance here. Likely kicking for territory. And the kick will go directly out of play at about the 25. The Bulldogs are going to move up for a line out here. A little bit of a slow start to the half compared to the way we started the first half. As the Bulldogs will retain possession. Over to Stevens, back to Murray. Murray inside, and plowing his way forward is Robin Campbell before being brought down. As now they're going to go to the right, and a big hit by the Buckeyes. That was Jack Dulich in on the hit, as the Bulldogs will keep possession, going ruck after ruck, but losing territory as the Buckeyes are playing great defense right now. As this ball is pitched to the outside, that's Vatuvai fighting his way forward as they will go out of play there on the far side of the field. It'll be a line out by the 35. Ohio State ball. Ohio State with a little bit of an untraditional start to their line out. And that ball is going to be tipped by the Buckeyes, and a great tackle there by Robin Campbell right off of the line out. Now going into a ruck for the Buckeyes. Not a lot of room to work with there, as the Bulldogs playing great defense as they usually do. As this ball is pitched back, and a great kick there. That is Aiden Pixton with the kick as Murray chasing it down. And he will grab it and kick it right back, going the other way. And it will go out of play. Looks like we are going to have a line out here, near side of the field. Ohio State ball. Buckeyes getting ready to throw this ball in. Now in position. And the Bulldogs will steal possession. That's Robin Campbell coming up and taking the ball away. Stevens now setting up the pitching as it goes, finds its way to Michael Andrews, who's going to go to the bottom of the ruck. Now over to Guerrero, fighting his way forward. Bulldogs going ruck after ruck here. As that's Jaden Ramsey going to fight forward. Now Sorrentino into the pile as the ref got into the mix there a little bit. Looks like the ref is going to set up a scrum here. Bulldog ball. As the Bulldogs ready to roll this ball in. They will get the ball back. And now running away is Murray, pitching it into Vatuvai, who's going to be brought down hard by the Buckeyes. Couple Buckeye defenders there, mainly led by number 13, Chris Mason. As they're going to go ruck after ruck. But the Buckeyes playing aggressive form of defense here. Both teams being very aggressive as Vatuvai is just going to take the ball away and run down the field, making Ohio State miss, and Vatuvai with the successful try. Bulldogs score again, and he's going to go take a seat behind the try, and great score there for the Bulldogs as Vatuvai taking his opportunity and not letting it slip away. What did you see there on that last play, Michael?
I don't even know, to be honest. That great opportunity there by the Bulldogs, and they ran with it.
Quite literally ran with it, yeah. Vatuvai, seen his teammate getting tied up a little bit, just took the ball from him and ran away. Looked like Buckeyes wanted to have an offside call. No offside called. They were all out of position to make the tackle on Vatuvai as he's going to run in for an easy try. Now Murray with a chance to kick this one.
They might have also been looking for a forward pass as well, as that looked very close to being a forward pass.
Potentially, this is going to be a little bit of a wide kick for Murray on the far end of the field.
He is kicking with the wind, though, so we'll see how much that affects it.
As this kick is up. And that will be no good, just outside that far upright for Murray. But the Bulldogs take a 24-15 lead. First ones to score in the second half. And that momentum you talked about at the end of the first half looks like it might have carried over well for the Bulldogs. As the Buckeyes will kick. Michael Andrews back to field this one and fighting his way forward. There will be stoppage. It will be Buckeye possession. Looks as if it will be a kick. Likely going to be kicked directly out of play here. And it will be. So we will have a line out with Buckeye possession at about the 10 or so. Looks like maybe the 5, actually. As the Buckeyes will retain possession, and looks like they're going to go right into a ruck here. Now, it looked like they wanted to set up a maul, but the Bulldogs shut it down quick. Into a ruck, now into a maul. Bulldogs playing great defense, not really giving up any territory. The maul's just being unsuccessful right now. Not a lot that the Buckeyes can do. Trying to gain as little bit of territory as possible as they're going to keep fighting forward, but the Bulldogs playing great defense, trying to make a stand. Awaiting a signal here, very close to the try line is the Buckeyes. They still have possession, setting up a ruck. They go ruck to maul. They'll have a chance, but the Bulldogs pushing back, making a great stand. It looks like the Buckeyes will lose some territory there, still having possession. They're just going to keep going lateral here.
That was a great stand by the Bulldogs there. Backed up, almost looked like they had only 1 inch to spare.
As the Buckeyes are going to keep pushing forward here. The ref will stop play. Looks like he's going to back it up to the 5. Ohio State ball still. As we're looking at a 9-point game here. It's going to be a quick kick and a regain of territory for the Buckeyes as they're fighting their way forward, and the Buckeyes aren't going to get in yet. Ref looking for the try line. No call yet. Both teams fighting forward. Looks like a ruck into a maul for the Bucks. Still nothing. Bulldogs need to take possession here if they want to make the stand, as both teams fighting for territory down at the bottom of that ruck. They're not allowing the Buckeyes to get much room here. Here's another ruck into a maul. Fighting forward, nothing. And another one going to the right. Not much room. And the Bulldogs, it looks like, are going to make another stand. Just keep fighting are the Bulldogs here. The Bulldogs front line not giving up any room to the Buckeyes. as the Buckeyes are just going to keep trying, but they're just going lateral at this point, not getting any forward push. As this time they're going to try going to the left and still no room. And here's another attempt. Looked like the Bulldogs might have been out of position, but the Bulldogs will get the stop. Great defense there by the Bulldogs. Some niceties being exchanged from both squads. Both teams' captains trying to make sure that their teams stay under control. As it looks like it's going to be Bulldog ball in their own try end. Playing great defense, coming away with that ball, just stuffing the Buckeyes over and over again, not allowing anything to take place for them. As Quinn Murray will boot this one away. Looks like the Buckeyes are going to try to get the ball back, and they will, but they lost territory with that Quinn Murray kick. And another Bulldog possession awarded. That was Ian Fairfield who grabbed the Quinn Murray kick. We'll see what Quinn can do here. So he sets up the kick, and he will kick this ball out of play. So that'll be a line out awarded to the Bulldogs. As Guerrero going to be the one to pass the ball in for the Bulldogs.
45, Adrian College ball.
At about the 47-yard line or so. And the Bulldogs will take possession. Now trying to get to the outside. Breaking a tackle, but good recovery by the Buckeyes. Now Murray. Outside to Andrews, but that's going to be a wide pass, and the Buckeyes will kick the ball towards the end line, and it will be a successful try for the Buckeyes. Just a great play there, taking territory in a hurry and kicking that ball into the try line, as that will be a Buckeye score. It's a great goal there for the Buckeyes. Just kicking that pass out of the air and tracking it down.
Yeah, not sure if that was some miscommunication on the pass or just a bad throw on the pass there.
It looked like Murray wanted to get it to Andrews, but Andrews wasn't in the positioning Murray thought he would be in. Positioning a big part of rugby when you're trying to pass the ball back but still keep your eyes forward. Just a little bit off. Bulldogs seemed like they might have had – Michael Andrews seemed like he might have had a teammate behind him in his brain, so he let the ball go. And by the time he turned around and realized that Ohio State had a good look at this, it was a little bit too late. As that kick is up, and it will be good for the Buckeyes, making this a 2-point game just like that. 25 minutes to play here. As Quinn Murray going to kick this ball away. And this ball is kicked up high. Buckeyes, it's off the chest and a big hit following. That was number 16 for the Bulldogs. Jacob Sanders coming up, making a big hit. Now the ball finding Michael Andrews, who's going to fight forward before going into a ruck. Bulldogs doing a good job as Jacob Sanders now going to keep fighting forward. And Murray faking the pass. He's going to try to break some tackles and fight forward as well, down to around the 5. as the Bulldogs are going to go ruck after ruck. And Guerrero going for his third try of the game. Guerrero is in. That's a successful try for the Bulldogs, making it 29-22. As Guerrero, as we watch this one again, Guerrero just spinning off the pass, getting to that try line and making sure he gets down for it to be successful, as Quinn Murray will have another tough kick ahead of him.
Yeah, that was a great job there, just keeping his momentum forward and pushing his way into the try end.
That's going to be Guerrero's third try of the game. All of them been very powerful tries. He gets that ball and he's going to power his way in. He's not someone that's going to try to make people miss. He's just going to run right through you. So the Bulldogs answering quickly. As Murray's kick is up. And it looks like it's just going to go past that far upright for him. That'll make it a 7-point game again. So 29-22, Buckeyes are down by a conversion and a try and a successful conversion. 22 minutes left in regular time. As the Buckeyes looking to kick this ball away. And the kick is up and it is high. It's going to be touched by the Buckeyes first. I don't think it went far enough. And I think the ref agrees that will be Bulldog possession on a scrum here.
Adrian College ball is thrown down on the 40.
It's going to be a scrum at about the 40 here. Both teams making sure they're ready as we await the Jack Stevens roll in for the Bulldogs. It's going to be a fall down during the scrum. Looks as if we will do a redo here. Ref trying to make sure that player safety is a priority. Keep in mind this is a pink out game here at Docking Stadium. As we have a good scrum form, and it will be stopped. It will be Buckeye ball. Looks like it will be a kick here as they give the ball to Aiden Pixton. And this ball will be drop kicked, likely for territory. As that ball is kicked directly out of play, we will have another line out. Michael, what have you seen so far in this second half as we are halfway through?
Yeah, it looks like the momentum is carried over from the first half into the second half for the Bulldogs. When they scored about 5 minutes into the second half here. And they're just looking to keep building their lead and momentum.
Couldn't agree more, as this will be a Buckeye try on the line out, and it's going to be Bulldog ball as they will steal possession away. Bulldogs doing a great job at stealing possession on these line out attempts. So now we're going to go ruck after ruck, likely. Ruck into maul here for the Bulldogs, as they're going to maul hard and forward far. That is a lot of territory gained on that maul.
That was a great push there by the Bulldogs. And just another example of lower man wins.
As we will have a scrum awarded to the Buckeyes, mind you. No, it looks like it might be just a normal kick.